West Radio 89.3 FM Kanga Gbọ́nmágbẹ́.
Ribi nice àti kéwàá arábà mi.
You wanna live long, you wanna stay strong. You wanna live long and stay strong.
Ọlọ́run ọba tí mo
Ogun bílẹ̀ afúnni ni wọ́n sọ, olóyún abẹ́rẹ́, láì ṣiṣẹ́ abẹ, ewé ń jẹ́, ogun jẹ́.
kábíyèsí o.
Má ṣe lògùn without doctor's prescription. Mo ń tẹnumọ́, call on doctor's attention if you need solution. Mo ń tẹnumọ́. Too much is given, much is expected. Ìlera lọ́rọ̀, ìlera lọ́rọ̀. Live long and stay strong.
Ìwọ Sátidé o, aláboyún ẹ múra o. Túbọ̀ bó bá ṣe bí ẹni bẹ̀rẹ̀ àbíkọ́jú máa ṣú. Aláboyún oníbòmíràn tó lè lọ kọjá ọsibítù. Onípele ra lọ́rọ̀ o, àgbo ṣe dáadáa bá aláboyún ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má ṣe ṣe ìwọ sọ sílẹ̀ o. Ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ dọ́kùn o, láìsí àṣẹ dọ́kùn o.
Ìmọ́tótó ló lè ṣẹ́gun àrùn gbogbo. Ẹ̀fọn tó gbòòrò àdó lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó rẹ̀rọ. Kẹ́kùn lè gbà kó sàbùn tókò. Cleanliness is essential. Immortalize your potential. Understand the times and your initial.
Mọ́tótó borí àrùn mọ́lẹ̀, àṣẹ ní ká ṣe lọ́jú. Àyíká aláboyún. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ aláboyún ẹ fọwọ́ wọ́wọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣètọ́jú àyíká aláboyún.
You wanna live long and stay strong.
Ribi nice àti kéwàá arábà mi.
You wanna live long.
Glaucoma can lead to blindness. There is no cure for glaucoma yet. That really scares me a lot when I saw it. Half of people with glaucoma don't know they have it. That's serious. Another one is that. Do you know that everyone is at risk for glaucoma? Glaucoma often develops without symptoms, another serious issue that we need to look into as well. And it's also the world's second leading cause of blindness. You want to ask me why you should join me today on Radio Clinic here on Wells Radio? It's because this is a serious issue for you and for me. We need to sit and know what is happening. You know, I always bring up something. I remind us every time that when an health issue comes, it won't, you can't tell the health issue, the ailment or the disease, whatsoever the issue is, that don't you know that I'm not rich? Can't you see that this is just an averagely okay family, or maybe it's a poor family, or maybe no, that doesn't concern a issue. So that is why you need to make it a date every Wednesday with me on Radio Clinic. Yes, you got the voice. I am Kemisola Williams. And it's another moment for us to learn. It's another moment for us to make our eyes of understanding to be enlightened and to ensure that you're not a victim. Yes, most times it's because you don't know. Now you know, because you join me on Radio Clinic every Wednesday on Wells Radio here. Then you leave that a group of, I don't know, or maybe you are ignorant and you are now a victim. Àti today, ẹ wá jókòó kẹjẹ ká jókòó, ẹ mọ̀ wípé tó bá ti dá lórí ètò Radio Clinic ìlera lórí afẹ́fẹ́ láti ìkànnì Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Ibi ni a ti máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìlera. Orúkọ tèmi ni Kemisola Williams. Àwọn nǹkan tí mo mú ní èdè Yorùbá, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àrùn ojú tí olóyìnbó ń pè ní glaucoma. Mo dẹ̀ ti ka oríṣiríṣi, mo tẹ̀ sọ lóde òyìnbó pé èmi gan rí àwọn fact kọ̀ọ̀kan láti World Health Organization. Mo rí pé kò ń ṣe nǹkan tá a gbọ́dọ̀ fi ṣeré leléyìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ glaucoma yìí, wọ́n ní wípé anybody ló lè ní. Yẹn pé wọn ò ní rí ní ìran wa. Ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ wa. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo rọ̀ yín ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó, àti bàbá àti ìyá àti ẹ̀gbọ́n àtàbúrò àti grandma àti grandpa, everybody lọ̀rọ̀ yìí kàn. So even your children, please call them. Let everybody sit. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́. Bringing this, by the time you get to the hospital to learn about this, you won't just get it for free. So you are getting it for free on Wells Radio. We have our expert here. We've started this issue of glaucoma since last week on this radio station, Wells Radio, and on this show, Radio Clinic. And I implore you, I remembered I said it last week, that you should please make it a date. Because getting through with our experts here, we notice that this glaucoma eyes disease is a very serious one, and it's increasing on a very high range, and people are not taking cognizance. And the next thing you hear is what will be. No, it's not everything that happened to you is what God has ordained to be. There are some things that ignorance had made it happen to you, or maybe you're taking it with like a lackadaisical attitude. And I'm pleading with you in the name of God that please, this is a serious issue that is at the very high rate here in Nigeria. In short, I was so stunned when I saw 6.7 million. I was getting the actual fact, and I was so scared. Seriously. I'm pleading with you, Ebeni Mofin Bewa, whatsoever it takes for you to listen to this show and to be aware of this common health issue, your eyes for that matter, please make sure you stay with us. I still have a lot to talk about, but I have my experts here who will dig into this issue and ensure that you understand everything. We even brought someone that will make the interpretation in Yoruba. And to máa bá wa sọ in Yoruba, wọ́n wá ń kàlẹ̀ kẹ́lẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí is serious o. And I will open the line for people that want to speak with the expert to call in, ask your question, and by next month, when we'll be celebrating our second year anniversary here, we have an opportunity for you to come see them and to come speak with them and let them put you through what you are to do. If there's any treatment you have to take, everything, that's for next year. So today, I have with me in the studio, all right, before we have our guest, who we begin to dive into this issue of glaucoma. And, the most scaring one was when I saw that there is no particular symptoms. I read through the symptoms, the different things that we have online. World Health Organization mentioned other renowned clinic that I searched through. I noticed that It's a serious issue that you just have to, at the early stage, you feel like nǹkan kó sí mi lójú, nǹkan kó sí yín lójú o, bóyá mo ti sùn jù àbí mi ò sùn tó. Rárá o, this is not the issue of ẹ̀sùn tó. So please, let's make ourselves available and ensure that you know what this issue is and you can prevent yourself, your families, your loved ones, even the society. Because when you begin to see the symptoms, or maybe if there is anyone that is showing a symptom of it, you can easily inform them. Please get to your healthcare provider, because glaucoma is a leading cause of blindness. All right, before I have my guest, we go on a short breather. And by the time we resume, we are here. A máa tú gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde. A máa sọ everything fún yín. Kí ló máa ń fà á? Báwo ló ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí làwọn nǹkan tí àwọn reactions tẹ́ máa rí gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá. In short, ó tún ní oríṣiríṣi, glaucoma tún ní oríṣiríṣi. Gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá la máa yẹ̀wò lénìí, so that ní sọ wípé mọ̀ Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kí nǹkan burúkú kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa. This is Radio Clinic on Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
Ọlọ́run ọba tí mo
ogun bílẹ̀ afúnni ni wọ́n sọ olóyún abẹ́ láì ṣiṣẹ́ abẹ́ ewé ń jẹ́ ogun jẹ́
kábíyèsí o.
má ṣe lògùn without doctor's prescription. Mo tẹnumọ́ call on doctor's attention if you need solution. Mo tẹnumọ́. Too much is given, much is expected. Ìlera lọ́rọ̀, much is ìlera lọ́rọ̀.
Welcome back here on to Radio Clinic on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio and your number one family radio. And that is why we are having this serious issue today on Radio Clinic, glaucoma. I am Kemisola Williams. Today, we've started this issue of glaucoma since last week. However, my guest, thanks to Dr. Maza here, who made it possible for us to come again, to come discuss deeply about this glaucoma common issue, but somehow people are kind of, jettisoning it. It's like it's a normal life. It's not today that people are going blind. You will not want it to happen to you, and I pray it will not happen to you in Jesus' name. So that is why we are here, to ensure that you will not be a victim. Because once it starts, I saw something, and I got the information that there is no permanent treatment for glaucoma for now. So mo bẹ̀ yín, wọ́n ní kò tí ì sí permanent treatment fún. So kẹ́ má sọ pé mo lówó owó ò ní ra eléyìí o. So is it that kí ó yẹ pé ká choose pé kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa, àbí bí ẹni tó ti ní bó ṣe lè maintain ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé kò ní tètè fa blindness pé kó jẹ́ èèyàn yẹn kí ó lọ. Òun ni a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí lónìí. My guest today is Dr. Maza Muhyiddin Abdullahi. Pardon me. She is a Nigerian ophthalmologist at Maka Specialist Eye Hospital. She has a master's in Earth Economics and Public Health, passionate about translating medical knowledge into clear, relatable health advice with a focus on eye care, wellness, and preventive medicine for African communities. And we have our interpreter here, Tamakpe ni Ayan Ogbufo. Ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó ká mi lára dé, we just can't just have someone who will bring it to us in a clear language, our mother tongue, since we're in Yoruba land. Yes, as someone that will help us interpret it. And tó máa bá wa sọ ní èdè Yorùbá, tó jẹ́ wípé ó máa yé wa dáadáa. Àwọn ni Mr. Abdulsalam Abdulmajid. Wọ́n jẹ́ the head of administration and operations, known as Operation Support Supervisor at Maka Specialist Eye Hospital here in Ibadan. All right, and Maka Hospital is at Elebu Junction, Arc 07 Plaza, Elebu Junction, Alawakala Expressway, along New Garage, Ibadan, Oyo State. Yes, we start with glaucoma. I'll start with Dr. Maza here.
Yes, thank you for having us. It's a great opportunity to speak about this issue.
All right. So let's start with the definition of.
So putting it in a layman language, glaucoma is like silent cause of blindness caused by different reasons, but it's mainly because the patient can lose his eyesight because of things that have no particular they may have a cause or they may not have a cause at the same time. So defining glaucoma, we call it slow blindness. That is putting it in a very simple term. Yes, ma'am. And it has different causes and different reasons if you want to start diving into it.
Yes, there is a lot,
There's a lot
about
to say.
it, and we will discuss
I'm sure
everything.
you saw a
Yes,
lot about
I
it.
saw a lot, and I was scared.
Exactly. Exactly.
Really. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ kí a mọ̀ ní èdè Yorùbá kí ẹ bá wa ṣàlàyé nǹkan tí glaucoma tí ó jẹ́ ní èdè Yorùbá.
Good afternoon, our audience. Good afternoon, moderator. Abikin sọ pé ẹkúrọ̀ lẹ olóòtú.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ohun yóò ní ha.
Àmì.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí dókítà ti sọ, glaucoma nǹkan tá a mọ̀ sí ayọ́wẹ́rẹ́ fọ́ni lójú tí òun fojú hàn. Ó máa ń yọ lábẹ́lẹ̀. Èèyàn máa ń ní téèyàn ò ní mọ̀ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ojú èèyàn á dẹ̀ máa relé títí tó máa fi di pé èèyàn ò ní rí nǹkan kan mọ́. Wọ́n ṣe ń pè ní ayọ́wẹ́rẹ́ fọ́ni ní ojú. Kò wá mọ ọmọdé kò má gbà, kò mọ ọkùnrin kò mọ obìnrin, kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè mú. Bí irú àárọ̀ yìí lénìí, a rí ìyá tó ní tó dẹ̀ kó àwọn ọmọ méjì wá, ọmọ 11 years àtọmọ 6 years, àwọn náà ti ní glaucoma. Bọ́dẹ̀ ṣe máa manage lọ forever nìyẹn.
Ṣé mo pé
tí ó ta bá máa fi rí oògùn ẹ̀.
ìgbà tí mò ń ṣe research lórí ọ̀rọ̀ glaucoma yìí, mo rí pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí wọ́n ṣe kọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n ní pé tó bá jẹ́ pé ní Africa, ní pé láti 40 years, that from 40 years old,
Yes.
People are victim of, they can be carrier of that ailment or disease. However, wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ pé maybe developed countries, that it starts from 60 years.
Yes.
But I was shocked. This was not the first time I will have it, that younger people, teenagers, even babies, they are carrier of
Glaucoma.
Yes.
glaucoma.
Yes.
And I was wondering what went wrong. You will just have to explain everything. Seriously.
And you wonder how such a serious something
Yes.
it's like it's not brought to the light.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes.
People are not really aware of
They are
it.
not.
Seriously, because nobody will see a 3 weeks old baby with that kind of ailment. You want to ask, where did you get it from? So it's so disturbing having that kind of thing, and that is why I keep telling people at home, please permit me, if it's possible. I don't have a break on this show. It's going to be sensitization back to back so that people will not be ignorant about this glaucoma issue again. Let's move to the cause of glaucoma.
Okay. So the main problem with glaucoma is that it damages the nerves of the eye, which are they are like the message. They carry the message from the eye to the brain. So if you see something, the brain interprets it. So they are the most sensitive tissues in the body. They are the nerves of the eye, which connect the eye to the brain, if I want to go more scientific. So if there is a damage to that means the eye cannot send a message to the brain, and then the person cannot know what he is seeing. Normally, glaucoma usually has high pressure in the eye, just like we have hypertension. So that hypertension, the pressure in the eye can be high or can be normal, and still the person is having damage to the important messengers in the eye or the nerve cells in the eye. So glaucoma usually is hereditary. Yes, that is the number one cause. You have high risk factors like family, somebody in the family that is having it, blacks or Africans. So we are high risk people. And then 40 years and above. But I think this study should be reviewed because it's happening every day.
Yes.
Today, I saw a patient and I looked at the child and do you have glaucoma? The mom was like, for goodness sake, this is just a 10 years old. And lo and behold, the child had glaucoma. So it doesn't spare anybody. It doesn't spare the old people. It doesn't spare the newborns. It doesn't spare anybody.
Getting to get more understanding, more knowledge, during research about glaucoma, and I stumbled on the types development of glaucoma. I'm like, this is a very serious issue. But before we dive into that, let's take it in Yoruba. Kí ni nǹkan
so
tí
ní
ó
ṣókí
fa-
ní ṣókí gẹ́gẹ́ bí dókítà ti ṣàlàyé ṣe rí glaucoma tari yẹn nǹkan ẹ̀kọ́ tó máa ń kọ́kọ́ bàjẹ́ òun ni iṣan tó ṣojú wa papọ̀ mọ́ ọpọlọ wa tá a bá rí nǹkan sìn ojú wa sọ fún ọpọlọ wa pé bí nǹkan ìṣeré ni ọpọlọ wa máa process ẹ̀ kó tó di pé a máa gbé ọwọ́ àbá máa sọ̀rọ̀ jáde lẹ́nu so ibi tóun máa ń kọ́kọ́ target ni pé a kọ́kọ́ mójútó bó ṣe máa ba iṣan tó ṣojú wa papọ̀ mọ́ ọpọlọ wa papọ̀ tójú wa ò ní lè process nǹkan fún ọpọlọ wa mọ́ ọpọlọ wa ló dẹ̀ ní lè process nǹkan tójú wọn rí mọ́ tó bá yẹ ti yá ojú yẹn kò ní rìnà mọ́ and lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wípé báwa náà ṣe ní ìfúnpá tó jẹ́ pé ìfúnpá lè ga ìfúnpá ara ìfúnpá ọkàn ó lè ga sókè àbí kó wá sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni pressure tójú kápò náà ní ìfúnpá tójú àbí ìzádà kó náà lọ sókè àbí kó wá sílẹ̀ so tó bá ti di wípé ìfúnpá tójú yẹn ti lọ sókè ó máa ń ba ojú jẹ́ ni olófin jẹ́ wípé àwọn dókítà máa ń gbìyànjú àti sáré correct ẹ̀ kí wọ́n mú wá sílẹ̀ so ní ṣókí òun ni wípé glaucoma àrùn tó máa ń yọ wẹ́rẹ́ bani lójú jẹ́ ni iṣan tó wá so ojú papọ̀ mọ́ ọpọlọ ló máa ń kọ́kọ́ bàjẹ́ tí ojú wa ò fi ní lè gbé information fún ọpọlọ wa mọ́.
All right, thank you so much for that. And I move back to Dr. Maza here. What are the types? Because during research, I saw different ones, the open angle, I saw acute angle closure, I saw normal tension, as in then talking about even glaucoma in children as well is another issue as well. However, before we begin to discuss that of children, let's discuss the different types development. Is it that it's developed from one stage to another, or is it that the glaucoma can be of different stages and people can have it differently? I could remember you said the treatment for, even in a family, the treatment for a father will be different from that of a child. So you can't use the same measure. You can't use the same eye drop, maybe because, my dad complained about this last week, and I too, let me just use the same eye drop.
Yes.
Okay, let's discuss that.
So glaucoma has different types. They are mainly because of the cause, the types. So starting with the one for children, which is congenital. They can be born with that glaucoma due to a defect in how their eyes are made or built in their stomach. So in the womb of their mothers.
Yeah.
So yes, sorry to correct that. So they might have it. Their eyes are not well developed in the way that the eye function. So they'll start with having glaucoma early. So they are usually born with big eyes, and unusually they are very big and they are attractive. And people will say this child has big eyes, but then it is glaucoma that is making the eye to be shiny. We call it bull eye. It is shiny, it is black, and it is big. So that is a surprising thing. Whenever we see a child that has a big eye, we doctors, we are not happy because there is something wrong for that eye to be swollen and big. It's not a sign of this is a beautiful baby.
But what of children, and maybe the dad has a big eyeball, and
yes, they are also at higher risk of developing glaucoma.
Ooh.
Yes, ma. So, but then there's a way that it becomes pathologic, that it becomes a problem. So, children always should be checked or by a pediatrician, especially if there is a note, the parent notice that it's shiny or it is bigger and getting big. That is for babies.
So the eyes start getting bigger.
Yes, they are called bull eyes because characteristically they look like bull eye.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am. So
All right.
this is also this is the first type.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Let's. I have open angle
Yes.
glaucoma here,
This is the
acute
most
angle
common.
closure.
Yes.
And
So
other ones.
open angle glaucoma
yes,
is the one
we
that
start with that.
happens because hereditary or no cause sometimes. And it happens, as I said, to blacks, Africans, family history, people that have hypertension, diabetic. Open angle glaucoma is common. It doesn't have any pathologic, but it just happens there. So angle closure is the one that happens because there is occlusion in the way the eye drains the water inside. You know, going medically, the eye drains, so the pressure is maintained So that pressure rises because the eye cannot maintain it properly. And just putting something, maybe a balloon, and you put too much pressure inside a cycle, so it will be damaging that balloon till it bursts. So if the pressure in the balloon is not much, there will be no much damage no matter how much that water stays inside. So angle closure can happen because of trauma, something hits the eye, accident, anything. So as simple as a slap can cause glaucoma.
Oh, so
Yes.
this is a shout out to, a notice to parents.
Exactly.
Please stop slapping your children.
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely. I see no reason a parent should slap a child, because this is one of the worst cause of. I've seen children have. Today, I've seen a patient that was slapped and she lost the eye because of that slap.
Wow.
Yes. And it might sound
Serious.
extreme, but it happens. And it can be that slap that you did not think will cause that to a child. So it can be anything hitting the eye. It can be also watching movies in a dim light. This is something we don't know. Watching our phones, having a very bright light can trigger glaucoma and can trigger angle closure. This is a very specific medical term. But then the angle that's supposed to drain that water inside the eye will close. So there will be tension. It's like you closed a pipe that should drain water outside. So there will be a tension. And that one has a serious damage over a short period of time. So we always advise you should not use bright light inside dim light.
Please, we need to shed more light. What do you mean, a bright light inside dim light?
So you are staying in a dark room, and
Okay.
then you are using a computer or system that,
or phone.
yes,
is
that
very
has a bright light. Yes, or you are just staying in a dim light and you are trying to read or do something inside that dim light. So it causes it can trigger to some people for the angle to close and then for them to develop angle closure glaucoma.
This is serious.
Very serious. As simple as it is.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
For people that just joined the show, this is Radio Clinic on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Today, we are discussing glaucoma, and I have with me Dr. Maza Abdallah, and we also have Mr. Abdusalam Abdulmajid, who is helping us to interpret this in the information in Yoruba. So we have Mr. Abdusalam Abdulmajid now. Kàn bá wa tú ní èdè Yorùbá, torí nǹkan tí a sọ ni wípé oríṣiríṣi glaucoma ni a ní. Àwọn kan wọ́n pè ní acute, ẹ máa sọ yẹn ní èdè Yorùbá. Àwọn kan open angle glaucoma, and we have some tó jẹ́ wípé normal tension. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní wípé àwa òbí àbí èmi náà máa tó join yín, ẹ̀yin òbí, wípé kẹjọ ẹ má máa jẹ́ kán gbá àwọn ọmọ lójú, ẹ má máa gbá àwọn ọmọ lójú mọ́, ẹ má máa gbá wọn lójú. In short, beating children nowadays, mo prefer kẹ́ fọmọ ní punishment. Tó bá ti realize what the issue is, please let such child, let them live instead of gbà gbò. Àwa náà la máa sanwó ẹ̀, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká sanwó tí a plan. Àgbọ̀yìn sá.
ṣe olóòtú bí dókítà ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ó ní wípé nípele lọ́rọ̀ glaucoma tá à ń sọ yìí. Glaucoma jẹ́ àìsàn àbí àrùn tá a pè ní ayọ́wẹ́rẹ́ fọ́ni lójú. So nípele ni ẹlòmíì tiẹ̀ wà tó jẹ́ wípé àbímọ́ ni inú ọmọ òòjọ́ ọmọ tó ń ṣẹ̀ bí látàrí formation ìdarapọ̀ rẹ̀ láti inú ìyá títí tó fi jáde. Ó lè jẹ́ pé bóyá àwọn kankan sùn lé àwọn kan jókòó lé tó máa mú kí pressure ti wà lórí ojú ẹ̀. So ẹlòmíì wà tó yẹ pé wọ́n máa bímọ ni tá a jáde pẹ̀lú ojú ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Èyí tó jẹ́ pé tá a bá rí àwọn ọmọ tọ́ṣẹ́ bí báyẹn tó bá lójú tójú ẹ̀ tó máa ká ọmọ yìí rẹwà, ó wà attractive, ó dùn rí ẹ bójú ẹ̀ ṣe rí ojú ẹ̀ yọ dáadáa. Dókítà jẹ́ kó yé wa wípé irú àwọn nǹkan yìí ojú tóbi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni so pé irú àwọn nǹkan yìí o àwọn àpẹẹrẹ pé ọmọ yẹn ní ó súnmọ́ kó ní glaucoma pàápàá jùlọ ká tètè ṣàyẹ̀wò fún. Ìgbà míì wà téèyàn máa rí bàbá tóun náà máa ń ta ká ojú ẹ̀ tóbi bí ojú bàbá ẹ̀ àti bàbá àtọmọ àbí ìyá àtọmọ ó ti di dandan lé wọn lórí kí wọ́n tètè ṣe àyẹ̀wò ojú wọn kó má jẹ́ wípé glaucoma ló mú kí ojú wọn tóbi, kó dẹ̀ má jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó jẹ́ kó má dàbí pé wọ́n rẹwà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ nìyẹn, kó má lọ jọ ibi tó fara pẹ́ oore. fún wa so àti pé lábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni pé tó bá ti ń kó nǹkan congenital ó máa wà pathological á padà di ìṣòro á padà di àárẹ̀ àbárùn ńlá kéèyàn máa gbé kiri.
Permit me to
Yes.
to ask a question.
Okay.
You just reminded me about something. Talking about congenital and the
pathological.
Yes, I need you to explain that to us. What does it mean so that we carry everybody along?
Okay. So congenital means that the child is born with that problem due to maldevelopment, like the part that's supposed to develop in a particular way did not develop in the normal way. Like somebody that's supposed to have 5 fingers is having four fingers. So the eye is a very detailed and very fine structure. So any problem in that development of the eye can lead to glaucoma, but it starts in utero, in the child from his formation years inside his mother's womb. Yes.
Okay, so that's the congenital.
That's
right?
the congenital.
So the other part.
So the other ones, that primary angle, open, close, or these are the ones that can happen with age. Like they can happen outside. You are not born. The child is not born with it. He had it after he was born normal, but he had it after he was born, or an adult that has it.
All right. You mentioned something last week that there's no main symptom about. Well, I was able to dig out some things that I feel is applicable to people, and I will plead with you to please explain these things one after the other as people might experience it, so that when they have that kind of symptoms, they will be able to know that it's possible. Over month, I noticed that when it comes to ailments, they are kind of interwoven. Something you see in diabetes, I read about it.
Yes.
There's a relationship between glaucoma and diabetes,
hypertension,
and a lot of things like that. So we can't just say there is no symptom for this ailment that we are shedding light to today, which is glaucoma. And I will pick it because I will not want to put it together. I was able to pick some things that people, we overlook it, feel like, Eddie, it will go through, just go and rest. There's a way people will talk out some serious ailments, and you just feel like, hey, now that's how it is, not knowing that something is building up in the body system. Before before Mr. Abdul Majid, right?
Yeah.
I hope I'm correct. Yes. And I want to call out the numbers.
Okay.
Fún àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé a ní àwọn experts níbí yìí tí wọ́n máa sọ àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ lè ṣe, bóyá ẹ ti ń rí symptoms ni, àbí ẹ fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó ń fà á, àbí ẹ léyọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, bóyá ẹ̀yin ló dẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, ẹ dẹ̀ wò pé òkè ẹ mọ̀ pé most times ní side ọ̀dọ̀ wa ń bí yìí ẹ máa gbọ́ yá lo ilé ó yá lọ́dọ̀ bàbá kan lọ́dọ̀ kíní kan tí wọ́n kì í ṣe expert medically. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run, let's be very careful. Or bóyá ó ní ìṣòro ojú ni à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilé ní, so ò ní kẹjẹ́ ká pè fún, mo máa pe ojú là yẹn sìn, so that you call, ẹ béèrè question yín, wọ́n á dẹ̀ bá yín fi èsì sí. Tó bá jẹ́ ilé tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n máa need àti refer yín ni, I can give them the opportunity to refer. So because ọ̀rọ̀ ojú yìí ó serious gidi. Nọ́mbà tí ẹ lè pè wọlé sí láti bá àwọn expert wa níbí yìí, àwọn tí wọ́n kọ́ṣẹ́ mọṣẹ́ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ glaucoma tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa yìí. Nọ́mbà tí ẹ máa pè wọlé sínú kúlù ní 0916 893 1000 0916 893 1000. Ẹ tún lè pè lórí 0915 33 34 893. Again, 0915 33 34 893. You can also call on 0911 33 33 893. Matutumu 0911 33 33 893. Oni ẹ fi pè wọlé láti lè béèrè ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá torí ti pé ìṣẹ́jú, I think it's just 30-minute section we had last week. We were unable to give response to some calls, respond to some calls, and the network was playing hide and seek last week, and I pray it will not do that this week. Amen. So that we'll be able to resolve issues. All right, over to you, sir.
Okay, so mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ni wípé aside from yàtọ̀ sáwọn ọmọ tí ó bá jẹ́ pé àbímọ́ ni fún wọn, àwọn èèyàn náà máa ń dàgbà kéèyàn tó ní irú àìsàn ojú glaucoma tí à ń sọ yìí. Léyìí tó jẹ́ wípé tá a bá rántí lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá lọ, wọ́n emphasize fún wa lórí àwa tá a bá ní ìtọ̀ ṣúgà àbí ìfúnpá gíga, à ń bẹ nínú ẹni tó yẹ ká kọ́kọ́ yẹ ara wa wò fún gbogbo irú àwọn nǹkan báyìí, lóòrèkóòrè ló yẹ ká máa yẹra wa wò. And àwa tó bá jẹ́ wípé ìgbà tá a bá wà nínú òkùnkùn la máa ń fẹ́ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ gbé fóònù wa ká tàn sí inú ojú wa. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́lẹ̀ kan wọ́n ṣàlàyé fún wa pé right angle
yes, angle closure.
Angle closure
Yes.
so òun náà ṣàlàyé fún wa wípé nínú àwọn nǹkan tó lè ṣokùnfà ká ní irúfẹ́ glaucoma báyìí ó ní pé ká máa tan àwọn iná tó súnmọ́ ojú wa lásìkò tó yẹ ká dìmẹ̀ nínú òkùnkùn, lásìkò tó yẹ ká dìmọ̀ iná bẹ́ẹ̀ ni brighten náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nǹkan tó ń sọ fún wa ni. And again, àwa òbí tó yẹ pé ọwọ́ wa yá sétí àwọn ọmọ wa láti máa gbá wọn létí. Àti rí nílé ìwòsàn léni láàárọ̀ yìí ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé ìfọ́tí kan péré ló fọ́ ojú ẹ̀. Ọjọ́ máa gbá ojú ẹ̀ tójú afọ́ dànù. Ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, kò ń ṣe nǹkan tí èèyàn ṣàsọdùn, èèyàn fi kàrámọ̀ sí, kò ń ṣàsọdùn ni. Tó bá ní máa gbá ojú ẹ̀ tójú afọ́, wọ́n ń gbá ojú tójú dẹ̀ ń fọ́. Ṣé eléyìí ni pé à ń sọ fún àwọn tá a jẹ́ òbí, alágbàtọ́, olùkọ́, ọ̀gá lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ àti oríṣiríṣi àwọn tá à ń bẹ nípò ọ̀gá tá a wà nípò àṣẹ àbí ká fọyàn ní etí ni pé ìfọ́ tí ò ń ṣe nǹkan téèyàn fi ń bá
àwọn èèyàn
wà so ìfọ́ tí ò ń ṣe nǹkan téèyàn fi ń ṣeré téèyàn dẹ̀ fi ń bá ọmọ wí torí pé ó lè affect ojú. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká gbàgbé níbẹ̀rẹ̀ a sọ fún wa wípé iṣan kan ló so ojú wa àti àwọn iṣan kan wà tó so ojú wa àti ọpọlọ wa papọ̀. Gbogbo àwọn forces àtàwọn frictions yìí tó ń bá etí wa tó ń bá ìrẹ̀kẹ́ wa ó ń affect àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni disconnect so ká limit ẹ̀ fáwọn tá a jẹ́ òbí
àbí alágbàtọ́ àbí olùkọ́
ẹ ṣeun.
I thank God we're having this section today, and I appreciate Maka Specialist Eye Hospital Ibadan for creating time to educate us, to sensitize us, and to ensure that we are not in darkness about this issue. So moving ahead, I've made a plea that you should please permit me that I may not have any break because we've not even discussed the relationship between some health issues with glaucoma issue as well, especially diabetes, which is very rampant in the society. So I said earlier that I will mention some symptoms, and I want our guest here to please discuss it, trash it out. Because it's very easy for us to say, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́, but there are some issues that this is not about Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. It's about you knowing about it and taking the right steps. Either you are a victim of it now, how can you maintain it, manage it well, or you are not, and how you can ensure that you don't join the group of victim of glaucoma. So the bad headache, a severe eye pain, these are the things that happens. In short, I've experienced it before. Yes, that you have it. So it was when I saw it, I was like, wow, no, Dr. Maza must explain this to me. So yes, glaring. And some people, they have this throwing up, don't use the common word in case we have people who are eating now, throwing up, this nasal blood vision, halos or colored rings around lights, when you be seeing rainbow kind of lights and eyes redness. We dealt with that last week. So that's for the acute angle. Let's discuss it, please.
This is an emergency, actually. Thank you for researching it and touching. Yeah. It's something that should bring you to hospital immediately. That is the emergency part of glaucoma. Other parts might not be emergency or pressing, but that acute angle closure glaucoma, because angle closure can be acute or chronic. So the acute one is one that starts with redness, headache, blurred vision, red eye. There's excessive pain sometimes, and then, as you said, there's nausea or throwing up, and then it happens suddenly. It's the one that can be triggered by the dark light. It can happen because of trauma, something hit the eye. It can happen due to different causes, but it's an emergency because at that particular time, because the angle just closed, acute means sudden. So it's like you just suddenly close a pipe like that, and then the damage can be very fast.
Yeah, we
Not
have
like a
drop
chronic
off.
or open angle glaucoma that there's pressure, but it's building over time. So the eye might accommodate it for some time before there's actual damage. But that acute, the one that has all these symptoms, so a red eye might not just be the eye is just red like that. People will tell you, no. It can be another serious thing. So a red eye has a lot of things going on there, which this can cause serious loss of sight in a very short period of time. So it's an emergency. Other symptoms, the ones you said that are not emergency, but they should also bring you to the hospital, starting with somebody will have heaviness sensation.
Heaviness.
Yes, he will
Heaviness.
just tell you, I feel the eye is heavy sometimes.
The eyes.
Yes, heavy sensation.
Right,
These are all vague symptoms.
Okay, permit me to respond to this call. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. I think it's a drop call now. All right, please continue.
Yes, there is also blurred vision in the morning.
Yeah.
Some people will wake up in the morning and tell you for some period of time I cannot see. Yes, so there's also halos around light, which is rainbows. You see a light, but the light will scatter. So it will, if you look at any bright light or if the light flash at you, it will scatter. This is also a sign that you should come and get checked. These signs can also be with other diseases, but they can also happen in glaucoma. Then somebody that cannot see his side, people will come by your side, but you cannot see them. Normally, there's an angle that we're supposed to see all of us by our side. You don't need to turn. So if somebody, you are talking to somebody and then he turns to see you, then there is a problem, because glaucoma starts from the side of the eye and then move to the center.
Yeah, I read about
Yes.
that.
So sorry, because I skipped one very important cause of glaucoma is steroids. Steroids are these simple, they are found in this eye drop we buy just to treat allergy or redness in the chemist. And some people abuse them. They use them too much and then they can cause glaucoma. You'll be surprised that these steroids are present in bleaching creams. And people will apply them around the eye, and then think, why do they have eye problems? Because you are literally applying steroids around your eye. And long application, you don't know how much they have penetrated inside. And steroids are present in these things that they take to get body or to get fat or all these unprescribed things. So they're all causes of glaucoma, which can be taken in different, whether buying eye drops from the chemist, whether using bleaching creams. So these are things that we should also be careful with.
Doctor, let me also remind you of something. I think you've once told me, when you can only see the central without seeing the peripheral. Yes, you can see the central, but you can't see. As I'm sitting now, I can see there's a TV here.
Okay.
So someone with the glaucoma symptoms will probably not know there's something here. He would only see directly where he's looking at. My eyes can see to this side even without turning my head.
Yes.
But sometimes your glaucoma will just, you see the central without seeing the peripheral.
Yes, so he would say, I did not see you coming, but I was standing right next to you. I did not see you. So that is a symptom to me.
Okay, ẹ jẹ́
That's
ká
very
mú ní èdè Yorùbá kó tó di wípé before we discuss the loss of side vision.
Okay, so
I think she just did that.
Yes, so
but why? How does that start? Or what's the cause? Yes.
Okay, summarily ní ṣókí, gbogbo àwa tó bá ti jẹ́ wípé tá a bá jí láàárọ̀ ojú wa máa ń ṣú tá a kì í rìnà dáadáa. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ ká dákẹ́ lé lórí, ó ti di nǹkan gbàjáwìrì tó yẹ ká lọ sílé ìwòsàn kán bá yẹ̀wò. Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ojú wa bá máa ń pọ́n, ẹ tójú ẹ̀ bá máa ń kún gbogbo tó máa sọ pé bóyá torí pé ó ti rẹ̀ ó ṣiṣẹ́ tó lágbára kan lójú ẹ̀ ṣe pọ́n. Kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ dákẹ́ lé lórí. Ojú tó bá ń da omi tó ń wa omi, kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ dákẹ́ lé ní orí. Ẹni tí orí bá máa ń fọ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà tó bá jẹ́ pé torí pé òun rò pé torí pé òun ṣe iṣẹ́ tó kù àbí iṣẹ́ agbára kan ni, kó má kàn fi mọ ní pé iṣẹ́ agbára nìkan lòun lò, kó ń ṣe nǹkan tó gbọ́dọ̀ dákẹ́ lé lórí àwọn nǹkan pàjáwìrì tó ní láti tètè lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn, láti tètè lọ yọjú sáwọn elétò rẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣàyẹ̀wò fún pé ṣé kò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú ojú rẹ̀ ni. So ẹ̀dẹ̀ má jẹ́ ká gbàgbé, àwọn olóyìnbó máa ń sọ pé if you see something you say something, if you also feel something you also say something. Àwọn ọ̀nà tá a lè gbà láti kó ra wa níjàánu àti má jẹ́ kí àwọn àìsàn àbá àrùn ojú yìí kó tètè kó ba nǹkan jẹ́ nínú ojú wa, òun ní pé tá bá ti kófìrí nǹkan kan ojú ẹ̀ ń dá mi ni kò ń ṣe pé kákan lọ rògùn pé bá ń ra chloramphenicol eye drop ó common lára wa ń bíbẹ̀.
ẹ má mention product.
Okay, yeah, ó common, sorry, pardon me. Ó common lára lọ́dọ̀ wa ń bíbẹ̀ kó jẹ́ pé okay kákan sọ pé bá ń ra nǹkan báyìí ò kí nǹkan sójú mi, bá ń ra eléyìí kí nǹkan sójú mi láì jẹ́ pé bóyá dókítà ló sọ fún wa pé lọ ra eléyìí wọn fẹ́ ká ṣe wọ́n fẹ́ ká yọjú sílé ìwòsàn ni ká jẹ́ kí dókítà gbogbo yẹ̀ wá wò kó dẹ̀ sọ fún wa wípé okay nǹkan báyìí ní ká rà, nǹkan báyìí ní ká rà.
Àkókò tí kò wá ní pàpàmọ́ra. The time is fast running. And I want us to, I think I'll just have to run with the time as well. We move to discussing how to protect your eyes and lower your risk of vision loss from glaucoma. But before we do that, let's discuss the relationship between glaucoma and diabetes. Yes. Especially because I saw that ailment. Yes. I'm pleading. I want to have you one more time and to discuss this. But I noticed that the diabetes issue was constant. Yes. I moved from World Health Organization even to other ones. I don't want to mention the brand here because they're not paying me. So
no problem.
Researches
that are present.
Yes. But we just have to discuss it. Yes.
So unfortunately, we don't have much researches in Nigeria because of this, and you can imagine that a study is saying that more than 90% people are undiagnosed. So they have the glaucoma, 90%. So in every 10 people, only 1% knows that he has glaucoma. So it's a very serious issue, exactly. So starting with diabetic and hypertension, we really take them lightly. Our parents take it very lightly. And from the age of 40, everybody is at risk of developing. In fact, diabetics, people have it because of family history. You can develop it at any time. But because the lifestyle we are living, how much we are consuming things that are not good for our health.
And open to sunlight.
Yes, sunlight, and then eating all this processed food that cannot really be digested properly with in our body, the risk of developing diabetic enters. And what diabetes does is that it damages the nerve cells in our body. Just start from head to toe, starting from the brain, it can cause stroke, going to the eye. It itself, it can damage the nerves of the eye without causing glaucoma. And then it can also cause glaucoma. It can cause cataract. So diabetic is very deadly to the eye in different ways. Every eye problem you see diabetic at the high. It's on the top list that can cause it. So going to the hands, going to the heart, going to the feet.
Sorry for interrupting you, doctor. Even at the treatment stage, at the time your sugar is high, you won't get treated. Exactly. Even if it comes to surgery, you won't get attended to.
There is this norm that it's common within the people that when you have issue with your eye, you use the heli urine to wash your eyes. I need you to discuss that.
Yes, there are different practices, but it's unfortunate that they don't really work. They'll tell you that use such thing, use that herb, use that.
They are mites.
Yes, they are mites. Yes, and
they are not scientifically proven.
And it's funny that they will tell you, even sorry to say, prayers, you can pray, but then look for the doctor that will treat you. So I once met people that no, this traditional healer, but those traditional healers come to the hospital, but you won't know. So yes, even even the people that are praying for you, whether our imams or our pastors, they also come to the hospital. So do both. It doesn't stop you. I always tell people, because we are spiritual, it doesn't mean that we have to come to the hospital to get treated. Because you are diabetic doesn't mean you should say God forbid. And you should not take treatment because you are damaging the eye and you're putting yourself at a risk of anything that can damage your eye. And as he said, even treatment, you will not respond to treatment because your sugar is high and there's no way your body can take it.
Thank you. Èdè Yorùbá, ìkan tí kí ni relationship tó wà láàrin glaucoma àti diabetes? Kí ni àwọn kan tí diabetes lè fà tó lè jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ ojú tí à ń sọ yìí glaucoma kó tètè bẹ̀ sí dàgbà sí ní ara èèyàn tó lè jẹ́ kí èèyàn ní.
ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀bẹ̀ tá a kan máa bẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa ni wípé ẹni tí ò tí ì ní diabetes gbogbo pá tó bá lè ṣà ni kó gbìyànjú láti rí pé òun ò ní torí pé tó bá ti di téèyàn ti ní tó ti ń manage kò sí nǹkan tí ó lè bàjẹ́ náà ẹ̀yà ara wa gbogbo iṣan tó wà lára wa ló rọ̀ mọ́ àrùn diabetes yìí kò wá sí àrùn ojú bíi cataract ní glaucoma ni tí ìtọ̀ ṣúgà ò lè dákún ṣíṣẹlẹ̀ rẹ̀ tí ò lè dákún wíwáyé rẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀yà ara wa so eléyìí dókítà ń sọ fún wa wípé ká gbìyànjú kó jẹ́ àwa tá a bá ti ní náà ká gbìyànjú ká rí wípé gbogbo nǹkan tó bá máa mú kó máa lọ sókè àbí kó máa lékún sí lára wa a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ gbogbo àwọn oúnjẹ tí wọ́n ń tà fún wa nísìn ká rí wípé à ń yẹ̀ wò pẹ̀lú òfin tó tó ọlọ́run ló ń ṣọ̀yàn ìṣọ́ ọlọ́run àtàbọ̀ ló dájú jù o ò lè máa ráṣọ ṣùgbọ́n káwa náà play part tiwa láti rí wípé òkè o nǹkan tá a bá ń jẹ sínú ara wa kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó lè dákún àbí tó lè ba ètò àbí ìlera ara wa tó lè bàjẹ́ síwájú sí i then nínú nǹkan tí wọ́n tún gbìyànjú àti sọ fún wa ni wípé ìtọ̀ ṣúgà ò ń ṣe nǹkan tí èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ fi ọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ mú téèyàn bá ti ní rárá torí pé ó lè ṣokùnfà èyíkéyìí nínú ẹ̀yà àrùn ojú tó bá máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ síyàn ó lè ṣokùnfà so mo rí pé fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan ní.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni I asked a question mo béèrè question kan ní èdè òyìnbó mo dẹ̀ rí i pé mo ti gbọ́ láàrin àwa ẹ̀yà ṣáìdì bíi ní ayé
táwọn ilé máa fi tọ̀ bọ́ ojú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣe nǹkan tó ní ẹ̀rí tó dájú pé ó lè wo àrùn ojú ó lè wò sàn àdìọ́kàn àti ìṣe àwọn ará àṣáájú ni nígbà tójú dúdú kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe láyé ìsìn nítorí pé ẹ̀rí tó sọ pé ìtọ̀ àárọ̀ téèyàn fi bọ́ ojú yẹn á fọ ojú wa mọ́ àbí á mú àrùn ojú wa kúrò kò sí fún un so kó lè má jẹ́ kó bí àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní àṣà yìí ló ń ṣokùnfà àwọn nǹkan tá à ń rí láyé lónìí tí mi bá ní parọ́ fún yín dókítà máa jẹ́rìí mi ní Ìbàdàn bíbáyìí a realize pé àbí àti ìwádìí ti fi hàn wípé àwọn èèyàn wa tó ní glaucoma wọ́n pọ̀ gidi gan ní Ìbàdàn kàkín sọ pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wa bíbá àwọn èèyàn wa tó ní glaucoma ó pọ̀ gidi gan àwọn èèyàn mídẹ̀ tó máa ní àrùn ojú tó máa wò pé àáfàdúrà gbé àdúrà la máa fi gbé àdúrà nìkan ò rán wọ́n ní tó bá so ràkúnmí rẹ̀ lẹ̀ tó bá fi ràkúnmí rẹ̀ lẹ̀ só mọ́lẹ̀ kó tó fọlọ́run sọ ni tó bá so tó ló fọlọ́run sọ ràkúnmí yóò rìn lọ so ọ̀rọ̀ ilé rárá wa náà tó bá ní màá ṣàdúrà màá fàdúrà gbé tó bá mójú tó ra rẹ̀ àdúrà tó ń ṣe yẹn gan kàn lè déédéé ṣe àfi tọ́lọ́run bá kàn wúnú ọlá rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ kó ọyọ nínú ewu náà ni so ó jẹ́ ṣókí.
All right, Eshegon, thank you so much. And now we move to the protection of your eyes. You know, we've discussed a lot about glaucoma, the causes, the symptoms, diabetes, you know, different things about it. And, you know, you want to know about it. I can see some drop calls. I don't know why we are having drop calls. I'm so sorry. It's not Wells Radio. That's from the service, the network provider. There's a lot that, especially on this phone, you know, that is happening here. I'm so sorry that you're unable to ask your question today. Well, I will still have Dr. Mazaye. I hope I'm correct, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Abdul Majid as well. So we pray that we have a very good network service then so that you can get across to them. So talking of protecting your eyes, what do we do? You know,
we are scared people.
We need to know. Kí ni nǹkan tí a máa ṣe láti rí wípé consciously we are protecting our eyes from glaucoma.
Yes, ma'am. So let me emphasize your point and my colleague's point that people with diabetic, let's start with them, because they are 2 times more likely to develop glaucoma, especially if you are not taking your drug or you are not controlling your sugar level. Yeah, you say, I have diabetic, what to do? You have to control it. It has to be within strict diet, strict medication, and good control. That's how you reduce the risk. So imagine if one person has 50% chance of developing glaucoma, person with diabetic has 100% chance.
Yeah.
So it's double. That is the first thing. Hypertension too is one of the causes of eye damage. So we don't say it's just BP. Let's soak some herbs for BP.
That's another issue.
Yes,
we did not even discuss
exactly.
that.
We did not even. There's so much to talk about it. Then, for any symptom that we have, please let's meet a specialist for that symptom. I know the healthcare that we have in Africa is not really easy, but then let's also give it a try, because we are also known not to go to the hospital on time. We always want easy prescription over the counter. We all want to go to the chemist around the corner.
Word of mouth.
Exactly. We want to just say brush things off. We just want to pray things. Yeah, it cannot be just vibes. It has to be something that you can, say that this is a particular thing. So if you have any symptom, please get an expert opinion on that. If something is persistent, don't brush it off. In fact, if it happens for the first time, try to get an explanation to why from an expert. Yes. And then protecting the eye start with stopping steroids, stopping unprescribed medications that do not have any scientific backing for why you are using them. Even drugs that have scientific backing, have side effect. Talk less of drugs that are just prescribed anyhow. So that is the first thing. Avoiding steroids. Steroids are present in creams, bleaching creams, glow creams, brightening creams, fade creams.
Ladies.
Exactly. And you might just be that person that has a family history of glaucoma, and then you are using that thing on your eye. So just imagine how much you are just putting
oil to rub yourself.
I'm telling you, that will potentially blind you. So who will see the glow? Like it's a very big question. And then these medications that are used for body pain that have steroids, or that are used, sorry to say, for ladies, that they'll tell you that this will make you fat or will make your body nice. So some of them also have steroids and have wrong things to go. So you can see using them for a long time can also be a problem. If we see a child having any symptom, let's not say a child cannot have an eye problem. Even a 1-day-old can have an eye problem. So everything that is human should just get the attention needed, whether 1 year or 100 years old. Yes.
All right, thank you. If you would.
Okay, àsìkò tí kò wá nípa pamọ́ra nǹkan tó ń sọ fún wa ní pé ká mójútó gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá à ń jẹ àtàwọn nǹkan tá à ń lò tó lè ṣokùnfà àbí tó lè ṣàkóbá fún ìlera ara wa lápapọ̀. Gbogbo à ń jẹ ṣúgà, à ń jẹ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó máa fa ká ní ìtọ̀ ṣúgà àbí ìfúnpá gíga léyìí tá a mọ̀ sí IBP, hypertension. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó bá máa sún wa sí ká gbìyànjú. Àwa tá a dẹ̀ tí ní ká gbìyànjú ká mójútó. Kò ń ṣe death sentence ní pé àti ní, but ká gbìyànjú ká mójútó kó má bàa tún ṣe àlékún báwo ni kí n ṣe pé àlékún damage sí àgọ́ ara wa. So ó jẹ́ ṣókí ní nǹkan tí dókítà sọ fún wa torí pásìkò tí kò wá ní papamọ́ra.
All right, thank you so much. And at this end, we draw the curtain for Radio Clinic this week. And I want to seek the permission of Dr. Maza and Mr. Abdul Salam too, if we can deal with all these issues. I mean, health issues like diabetes, things that can lead to eye issue, even not only glaucoma alone. Yes. So I look forward to having you next week, right?
Thank you.
It's
a pleasure always being here.
Because I see that we've not been able to date with a lot of things.
There's need for the awareness.
Yes.
There's need for the awareness.
Yes. And we are happy for this platform to be able to
educate and sensitize people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this is
thank
rare.
you so much. All right, I have with me today Dr. Maza Muhyiddin Abdullahi, and I also have Mr. Abdul Salam Abdulmajid from Maka Specialist Eye Hospital, Ibadan, here in Ibadan. Thank you so much. And Atigbo, wow, ìpàdé mi tó bá di ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lórí ètò ìlera lórí afẹ́fẹ́ Radio Clinic on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Tó bá ti di aago 4, a tún máa tẹ̀síwájú nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ojú yìí. Orúkọ tèmi ni Kemisola Williams. Asunlayo, Amajilayo, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.
Essential. Immortalize your potential. Understand the times and your initial.